we are so lucky to grow up in San Clemente. There's such diversity in the waves that we have on offer here. As a shortboarder, obviously as a longboarder myself, and
best single high score of 2025 on the women's tour. Here we go with Bettylou. Nice patience off the bottom, second turn. Another nice wrap, just like she started off with on the opening section. So she'll stick to that kind of framed up wrapping cutback.
We take a look at this replay as she takes off under priority. Nice opening turn. This is obviously a smaller wave, but she's just getting her feet in the wax. I really loved that second turn. And she gets 1/3 one to clean, to finish it off clean.
As much as she's like that, she's still a very respectful person, so she gets both sides.
Here comes Bettylou. Nice clean bottom turn, just attack mode on the right. Lays down the rail again. What a combination already. And it's a little slide, but controls it to right away, and then frames it up super clean off the lip, attacking her targets really well. And now just leaning into a classy finishing move on the inside corner. Well done for Bettylou, finding flow and rhythm, mixing it up with variety.
Pressure is just going to increase on Sawyer as we take off. This opening turn was just incredible. So much control, so much flair. And she's able to link this, offered so much opportunity. Almost slides it out there, but gets 2 more opportunities as this wave goes down the line. And having that last wave be a 6-7 is obviously just go way higher than that. And you know, Sawyer, this is that pressure of priority of not knowing whether to, do you use your priority on something like this? And it's a small wave that she absolutely surfed up into another echelons of score.
Well said, Rachel. That's that first turn. How cool did that look?
That was so impressive. She went to town on that wave. So on rail, very technical, very powerful as we expect.
So Lindblad looking to start things off on the lowers left. The goofy foot setting up her bottom turn. Nice little wrap back in the pocket. Hits it coming from behind the section. And she'll get a start. Probably wanted to get a little bit better timing on the finish.
Gotten excellent scores on her forehand today already. Great open turn. And then this wave just kind of runs away from her after that second one. Looking for more opportunity.
So smooth on rails. He keeps the speed very well and has so much flair. And that's what you're going to see here in Bettylou's wave. As much as he has so much power, you can also see a little bit of extra spark in her surfing. Beautiful carving. I just want to point it out, this last turn right here. It didn't seem like it was going to be much, and all of a sudden she gets that fin very loose and release to it and put an exclamation point. Like Tanner was right. They're looking for 15, 16 points because she's going to go to something close to that right now in the last 2 waves.
Her timing is so beautiful. When a turn is setting up the following turn, it's really impressive, Rachel.
Yeah, those second and third turns that we just watched, really connection from rail to rail. There was no pauses, and you know, her, like you said, see these last turns, this wave really got small down the line, and her ability to have so much power and flair in such a small section.
He gets the judges off guard.
Sawyer Lindblad needing an answer back. The crowd's getting behind her through her first top turn arc. Connects with the lip again. Nice pace from Sawyer, finding a nice section to attack. Getting out in front, there's the wrap into the pocket, and fun wall setting up for Lindblad, and she meets it with a beautiful finish. Really clean backhand surfing.
He has a lot of lips, hard to aim, but what I love about Sawyer, she always drives through the turn. She doesn't really just stomp on the back foot, as you see it right there. Beautiful spray out the back, gets more vertical here. And she's gonna finish it off with an exclamation point. The wave's gonna cope out a little bit more, gets up and vertical, and brings under her chest the front knee, giving her stability. Beautiful surfing from Sawyer.
Real clean effort there for Sawyer Lindblad. Strider Wazalewski watching on the Jumbotron. What'd you notice about that wave for Sawyer?
Flare off the end, just beautiful work off the rail and just finishing really strong. And to note, at the end of the wave, you know, she does all the work and she gets, you know, the payoff with the big backhand slam there to finish it out.
Her first of her career. Betty's looking for a second CT win this year. During the break, Sawyer Lindblad found this left, Jesse.
I mean, that's definitely better opening turn for her. You could see how she could use her rail more because the wave was a bit cleaner. The wave does get a bit slow halfway through, but she does finish it off strong as well, so she's going to be looking for another healthy score.
As you can see right here, we got Sawyer on a nice looking wave. Wow, this thing could line up well on the inside. She bangs it off the top. There's a little ruffle though, so it's making it a little harder for her, but dang, that was perfectly timed right there. Another one. Close it out here. Sawyer looking for some big scores, but whew, we need some smooth faces, and then we're going to get big scores.
Thanks so much. Watching this from the front on angle, Rachel.
I loved this next turn, how she projected out of this, hits it, and just has so much speed straight into that third turn. That was so beautiful, so smooth, and it just kind of unfortunately didn't come together with this last maneuver here. I think stamping these out, like we've been comparing to Bettylou's final turns, those have been really crucial on getting into that excellent score, I think. So not having that strong finish at the end will dock her, but
with a sandwich from Borden Brew, we'll close this one out. The semifinal running out of time. Bettylou playing a smart game. She'll take this last wave with priority and move into a final to take on Molly Picklum. Going for the punt to celebrate. What a great women's final we have set in those last couple heats of the day. Gabby Bryan will stay in yellow, moving into Brazil. Big thanks to Rachel Tilley joining us for the call.